Hey everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whenever you see this. I wanted to go through some truths about fitness and life. And I find these are some truths that are pretty hard to deny. And I wonder if you agree with me. So comment at the end, let me know. And let me know if any of these speak to you and what you'd like to add, if any. So the first thing is that the best bodies in the world also have a value of having a strong and healthy mind. And that's why I always work on multiple areas. I think people find it a bit hard because I also do spiritual coaching, which I have another platform for. But I always work with the mindset of the clients as well as their goals. And so not only do they achieve their fitness goals, whether it's around yoga, whether it's around strength, whether it's mobility, post-injury, whether it's a kid, whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, whatever it is, or even if you're older than your 60s. I only went up to, my eldest was in her 60s, client, she's in her 60s. So it's about having strong, healthy mind. So if you're just starting out or you're fairly new, I think one of the things that was difficult for me while I was in my teens was having that mindset of trying to break the vicious circle, because I'm going on a tangent and this is why I make notes, but I always think if somebody on the other side of this is listening and they are a younger version of what you need to know, and by cutting, so let's say you worked with me or you had a consultation and we set up packages, you've probably cut 15 years off a journey of what I had, 15 or more, because I had to learn it. Your body is very complicated, and that's why I also went in to get qualifications, but also study the science behind it in various elements and coaching around your life, your mind, the body, the body in terms of muscle mass, the body in terms of digestive, the body because of yoga healing, trauma, how our environment affects us, how trauma affects us, how we can release that. Multiple things, which if you're watching my videos, you'll know. If you check my website out, you'll know. So the bodies that you admire need the exact same healthy mind and body, a healthy mind that you're trying to achieve or you have. Bodies you think are goals have learnt to spend time in a body they were most uncomfortable in. If you're feeling uncomfortable in your body and you're looking to someone like that's perfection, trust me, they will feel uncomfortable. If you follow me on Instagram, and I've had a recent issue with my Instagram, so I lost a lot of followers, and then I wasn't posting for a while because I was doing multiple different coaching and clients. You'll find that I posted a picture of me wearing the most unflattering leggings, covered up, not showing my figure. And I was like, don't judge how somebody looks in the gym, their strength or not. Because I also held my hand up showing my bicep, which I don't think until I flexed my bicep can people realize, but I wasn't showing any of my curves or anything. And so based on that, people will probably think, oh, she just works her body up or whatever it is, or she just does cardio, or they don't know what they're doing, or this person is so skinny, I bet they don't have the stamina and the strength, and then you get surprised on how much they actually lift. So everybody's had that phase where they're uncomfortable if you've been overweight. And I don't want to exclude anyone who's trying to gain weight, because that can also be very difficult. There's ways to do it. You can achieve it. I've had clients that have been there and they've tried to achieve it. And they've tried it with PTs, it's not worked. They've come to me and we've achieved it, but it takes patience. The person would see small changes and they were happy to restart the package again because they were seeing those small changes that they couldn't achieve over years. So I've been there where I've been overweight and I was terribly unhappy, very self-conscious. I stopped myself from going for a lot of things. And I think till this day, even those that look, like I said, very comfortable there in their own skin, still have an element within their body that they're not comfortable with. And people only show you their best parts. If they're not conservative, they will show you only their best parts. You don't know what is there. So again, that's one element. Most successful people in the world have one thing in common. They keep going even when things get hard and they want to quit. Number 3. We all have those days where either we're overstressed, overwhelmed, things in our life are not going the best. But some way you've got to keep going, whether it's applying, even I'm going down a mental mindset, applying for that job, getting to the gym, even if it's like, today I had, let's say, today I had to do my weakest muscle group. Let's say the person says their weakest muscle group is their back, okay? They're having a shit day and they decide, I'm going to change that. Or if you're working with a coach, you let them know because they will tweak it, but you will still achieve those goals. So even when things get hard, we don't quit. When I say we, me, you. Learn to give without expecting anything in return if you want to experience life with meaning. One thing in life is that we all seem to think that if we want to give something, we should get something back. Okay? And the journey of life is actually giving and receiving, but giving from your heart space. And so sometimes we have to learn to give without expecting anything back. The most liberating things you can do, number 6, is let go of the opinions of others. I think I mentioned in nearly every video, don't compare yourself to anyone, don't let anyone get in your way, because it is the one thing that stops us. Even subconsciously we think, I'm confident, no one's going to get in my way. But honestly, if you drill down to the root, I've seen many times it's the opinions of others. And then the other thing that people get hooked on, if you're looking to lose weight or you always want to manage your weight, is that you obsess about the number on the scale, which helps. But if you're gaining muscle, or if you're at a certain period in your life or a certain time in the month or a certain day, part of the time of day, or you've eaten something yesterday that helped you, that made you retain certain things like water in your body, the number on the scale will fluctuate. So, it helps overall, but don't get hooked on it because obsession can also make you feel crap. Delaying immediate gratification is the biggest success hack. This means you'll be patient in the face of discomfort. It's challenging, but as long as you delay immediate gratification, because especially with fitness, it takes time, you are likely to succeed. You're likely to break also habits. That's quite a topic that we can go into. It's around habits and psychology, but the sustainable things in life are not the things that we get immediately. And so gratification doesn't come immediately if we're looking for long-term stuff, but there should be reward for your hard work. After a certain amount of time, you should reward yourself. Consistency will get you close to your goals more than perfection. One of the things that I noticed in my life that held me back so much is this thing of needing to do something in the most perfect way. And I don't mean in terms of like a bicep curl or a squat. It's really important to have the right form. But if, for example, you wanted to send a letter, send an email, you wanted to post a picture on Instagram, sometimes what we do is, because we want it perfect, then we do it, and then we're like, oh God, I can't be bothered to do it the next day or whatever, because it's just taken so much mental anguish, input, energy, and you're busy. So consistency in every aspect of your life goal, and that's why I've given you various examples, will get you closer to your goals than perfection. The scale and what size you are does not determine your worth. That's a big one. If you've had a weight loss goal or to gain goals, or, you know, not been happy with your fitness and it's around excess or underweight, the scale and the size you are does not determine your worth. The scale and size you are does not determine your worth. It's really important to know that, because subconsciously we get affected by this. Next one. It's going to take you longer than you think and what you want. Remember what I said about fitness takes time, muscle takes time. So I think we underestimate sometimes how long things take. So for example, at the beginning of my fitness journey, I'd be like, yeah, 6 sessions with a PT would be fine. But what is 6 sessions? That's like 2 weeks if I work out with a PT 3 times. 2 weeks is not going to do much. You might feel a lot better. You might start feeling fit. But you're not going to see movement. You might see you've lost a pound here and there, but you're not going to see that you've achieved your goal. Things take a lot longer. And that's, again, not just in fitness, but in every aspect of life. And that's, I believe that was 8 or 9, but I think it's 8. 8 things there that are truths about fitness and life overall for when you want to set your goals. I hope this helped. Let me know, like I said, what were your takeaways? What would you add to this as well? Let me know what you'd add to it. Give me a like, a subscribe. Let me know what content you want to hear. And again, if you want to work with me on any of your goals, please do let me know. And I'd love to hear from you, so that on our next live we can have interactions and cover some topics that's needed and take your questions as well. Take care, and I'll see you in our next video.